As we know, the canonical Heavens Saga was finally announced by Kuramata. Athena and the Knights will face the gods of Olympus. But did you know that one of the most relentless and strict gods of Mount Olympus could actually be the greatest and most unexpected secret protector of Saurikido in this new holy war? Get ready, because the answer to this mystery could completely change the way you see the divine hierarchy of Saint Seiya. Hello, Amazon Knights. Welcome to Always Wanted to Know. I'm no correction possible, no close match to provided names. And today we'll explore the new events in the Saga of Zeus, revealing who the allies are that decided to stand by Athena's humanity when the fate of the world seemed sealed. Go ahead and comment where you're watching this video from and which god you think will ally with Athena in this new saga. Message delivered. So go ahead and click like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and let's get into this awesome video. The story of the Knights of the Zodiac has always been marked by sacrifice, but we've never been in as dangerous a situation as the one unfolding now. With the end of the holy wars against Poseidon and Hades and the time travel to the past, the balance of the universe has been drastically shaken. Killing a god is an unforgivable sin, and Saurikido, the reincarnation of Athena, knows that divine punishment would not take long to arrive. However, what many did not expect is that in the midst of the judgment of the gods, influential voices would rise in favor of Athena or Earth. To understand what is to come, we need to look at the figures who are moving the pieces on the cosmic board. We're not just talking about bronze knights climbing staircases, but about a restructuring of forces. This involves high-ranking gods and heroic spirits that transcend time. The first one who certainly has the possibility to help Athena in this war is Poseidon. As we know, the god of the seas is a declared enemy of the goddess, but he values the earth above all else. Certainly, Poseidon will stand against the destruction of the world, and because of that, he will support Athena for the time being. In this saga, however, one of the central figures in this silent alliance is Artemis, the goddess of the moon and the hunt. Those who followed the recent events of Next Dimension saw that the meeting between the sisters was not exactly a bed of roses. Artemis resides in the Temple of the Moon, a place shrouded in mystery and protected by her satellites, led by the relentless Callisto. At first, Artemis's attitude was one of judgment. After all, Athena had defied time and the divine laws to save Pegasus's saint from the curse of Hades' sword. Artemis is known in mythology and in the story as a chaste deity who is extremely strict regarding the rules of Olympus. She is the protector of hunters and has absolute mastery over the bow and arrow, being capable of shots that never miss their target, bathed in lunar cosmos. Her bow and arrow are shown in the movie Heaven's Prologue, but in the manga, Artemis has a lunar scepter. However, behind this mask of coldness, there is a deep connection with Athena. In Next Dimension, it became clear that Artemis's heart is not made of stone. Even though she scolded Athena and even threatened to punish her, the concern she shows for her sister is genuine. She knows that if Athena falls, the concept of justice and compassion that the goddess of strategic war represents will also die. Artemis will be a crucial ally, not necessarily going to the front lines against Zeus right away, but acting as a political shield on Olympus, ensuring that Athena has the chances she needs to fight for humanity. The love between the sisters is the thread of hope that can prevent the moon from turning against the earth. And if Artemis is the moon, what about her twin brother? Apollo is the scorching sun, and his involvement in Zeus's saga is, to say the least, intriguing. Apollo is often described as the most imposing of the gods, but also as one of the most terrifying in his fury. He represents order, the light of truth, music, and prophecy. In the universe of Saint Seiya, his presence is overwhelming. He emanates a heat that can disintegrate anything that is not divine. Many remember Apollo for his imposing appearance in Heaven's Prologue, where he reduced the sanctuary to nothing with just a glance. However, in the chronology that leads us to the saga of Zeus, Apollo's stance gains layers of complexity. He is serious, stern, and does not tolerate human insolence. To him, humans are like dust. However, there is a factor that surpasses his contempt for humanity. The Olympian lineage, Apollo is trying at all costs to keep Athena alive. This doesn't stem from romantic love or agreement with Saori's ideals, but rather from a fraternal protection for Apollo. Athena is still his sister, a member of the divine elite. He will not allow the other gods, in their thirst for revenge, to simply eliminate a goddess of Athena's caliber. He will act as a strict guardian, protecting her life while trying to correct her. It's a dangerous alliance. Apollo is the ally you don't want as an enemy, but who doesn't embrace you either? He will fight to keep his sister's blood from being spilled, becoming an insurmountable barrier between the executioners of Olympus and the goddess of wisdom. However, that doesn't mean Apollo will turn a blind eye to the Bronze Saints. That's why Seiya and the others can still approach Apollo, being partially on Athena's side. Now, leaving the realm of the gods and returning to the sacred ground of the sanctuary, we have one of the greatest promises of this new phase, the return of Aiorus of Sagittarius. Aiorus has always been a legendary figure in the series, the man who gave his life to save baby Athena from the hands of Saga of Gemini. His spirit has always been present, helping the Bronze Saints through his gold cloth. But he was never truly resurrected in Kurumada's canonical manga, as happened with the other saints. However, in Saint Seiya X, the official prelude to the Zeus saga, something changed. Aiorus' spirit didn't just appear as a memory or a reflection in the armor. His presence was felt in a much more physical and direct way. Aiorus is the ultimate symbol of loyalty. In the hierarchy of the Gold Saints, he was the natural successor to the Grand Master, a man whose combat skills and sense of justice were unmatched. The idea that the Sagittarius saint will return, somehow, whether through a divine resurrection granted by a higher power or by a spiritual manifestation that takes form, is one of the highlights of the theory. Imagine the impact of Aiorus leading the front line against Zeus's angels. He carries with him the testament left on the wall of the Sagittarius house, and his return means that the promise to protect Athena will finally reach its peak. He is not just a soldier, he is the moral pillar of the sanctuary, and his presence is what will unite the new and old knights for the final battle. And finally, we come to the most mysterious and technically complex element of this new plot, Odysseus. Recently, in the latest chapter of Saint Seiya X, we saw the ruins of the legendary Ophiuchus house appear. For those who are not familiar with the internal mythology of this series, the house of Ophiuchus belongs to the 13th gold saint, a figure who was erased from history for having tried to equate himself with the gods. Odysseus is the reincarnation of Asclepius, the god of medicine. In the past, he was known as the man who could cure any disease and even bring the dead back to life. In Next Dimension, we saw the chaos that his awakening caused in the 12 houses. But why would they be allies? Now, the answer lies in the goddess's arrow, which also appeared, emanating a vibrant and powerful cosmos in the ruins. The theory that's gaining strength is that Odysseus will return to help Sauri. If Zeus and the other gods intend to punish Athena by harming her divine essence or her mortal body, Odysseus is the only being capable of performing medical miracles that transcend human understanding. He is the doctor of the gods, and his knowledge about life and death will be the key to maintaining Athena's resistance. His redemption as the 13th Knight may come through helping in this war. The ruins of his house did not appear by chance. They are a sign that the sanctuary is regaining all its ancestral strength for the confrontation against the heavens. When we put these pieces together, the lunar protection of Artemis, the solar barrier of Apollo, the unbreakable loyalty of Aiorus, and the regenerative power of Odysseus, we see that Athena is not as alone as Olympus believes. The saga of Zeus will not be just a story of invasion, but a divine civil war, where the values of Earth find defenders in unexpected places. The complexity of these characters is what makes Saint Seiya so special. There are no absolute heroes or villains. When we talk about gods, there are perspectives and bonds that not even time or the authority of Zeus can completely erase. We're about to witness the greatest cosmic spectacle ever written by Masami Kurumada and his creative team. So, what do you think about this alliance? Will Apollo really be able to hold back Olympus's fury for long? And Aiorus' return? How do you imagine that's going to be? Comment below, because I want to know your theory. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this analysis and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any details of Zeus's saga. Thanks for watching until the end. See you next time. Burn your cosmos to infinity.